Hello, my name is Frank Rietta, and I'm going to show you how to configure from scratch Ubuntu Linux for basic Ruby on Rails development using the latest Ruby 1.9.3 and Rails 3.2 and RVM in a VirtualBox virtual machine. You should be able to use this virtual machine on either a Mac or a Windows computer, and use all the great Ruby on Rails development tools. And I'm with AtlantaRubyDeveloper.com. If you haven't seen us yet, check us out at AtlantaRubyDeveloper.com. And of course, this is a service of Rietta.com, which is my company. So let's get started. The first step is to download VirtualBox from virtualbox.org. It's a free virtual machine owned currently by Oracle, and it's very similar to what you would get with VMware or with Parallels. However, it's free. The principles of setting up Linux would be the same with either of those other virtual hosts, so feel free to use that as well. Ubuntu Linux can be downloaded from ubuntu.com/download. You will want to choose the desktop and then the type. For this demo, I have chosen the 32-bit since that will work on either a 32-bit processor or a 64-bit processor machine. So let's get started. So here I am in VirtualBox. The first step will be to create a new virtual machine. I have about 8 gigs of RAM on this particular computer, so I'm going to give the virtual machine a gig of RAM. Yes. Oops. Yeah, we definitely want to have the disk space dynamically allocated. That way, even though we're saying that it can take up to 8 gigabytes of space, it won't start out that way. Actually, let me turn on the keystrokes. That will help. Create. Okay, now that I've created this, I'm going to go and point it to my disk image. Actually, right here. Choose a virtual disk file, and I'm going to choose Ubuntu Desktop 12.04, which is the latest version as of the recording of this video, and it is currently June 12th, 2012. So what I'm doing now is I'm telling the virtual machine that its CD-ROM will have this disk image mounted, so we can do the installation of Linux upon start. For this demo, I'm going to set the password to Rails is fun 8 greater than symbol, and this will be included in the notes. If you use this particular virtual machine, you'll want to change that password, but that's what it will be set to by default. Always remember, information security. Change your vendor supplied default passwords, including the one set by me. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and select English, and that I want to install Ubuntu on this computer. Go ahead and click Next. Continue. And let her go. I'm going to go ahead and set my time zone for the Eastern time because that's where I'm at. By the way, this is a real-time video, so it won't be edited for time or content. So what you see is what you get. I'm going to set the initial username to Rails Enthusiast. No, let's see. I want to set Rails as a user later. Rails developer. And our password, our username is going to be developer, and the username will be developer, and the password Rails is fun 8 greater than sign. Rails is fun 8 greater than sign. We can click through the fun presentation from Ubuntu about how wonderful it is, and it really is a great system. Just as an aside, I've personally been using Linux since about 1999, so more than 13 years, and it has come a long way from those early days. So I'm going to break this tutorial up into a couple parts, and this is going to be part 1, where we are actually setting up Ubuntu Linux and the basic system packages. And then in part 2, I'll show installing the base development essentials, RVM, and then getting started. This is the big hurry up and wait stage. Like any operating system install, it takes a little bit of time. Okay, the installation is complete. I'm going to go ahead and restart the system. We need to make sure that the disk is disconnected, the CD image is disconnected. So I'm going to go ahead and choose host drive, and I don't have any CD in the CD-ROM right now. That's interesting. I'm just going to force reset that virtual machine. I don't know why it didn't finish shutting down cleanly. Okay, it boots pretty quickly. Rails is fun. 8 greater than sign. And this is the basic Ubuntu desktop. The very first tool we're going to look for is terminal. And I typically like to drag it over here. We'll go with that. And every command you're going to run from here, you're going to want to use sudo. So sudo apt-get update is usually a good first thing. Rails is fun. It's not an exclamation point, it's a... You know this is a live video when I mistype the password. I bet. There we go. Hey look, there are already updates. Go ahead and pull those down. So one of the fun things about Linux, as with any fast moving application framework or operating system, is you have lots of updates even after the release of the official distribution. Of course, you can also use the graphical package manager, and that's one of the things that more recent Linux distributions um, have added. I am a little old school and prefer the command line for many things, and so that's how I'm doing it here. But as you can see, the update manager popped up here, as well as the Ubuntu Software Center over here on the taskbar. So feel free to use those if you would like. Okay, so the update has finished, and I'm going to exit the terminal and reboot the system for good measure, especially since I saw that a Linux kernel update was applied. Anyhow, this concludes part 1, where we install the raw Ubuntu Linux, the latest edition as of June 2012. In the second part of this tutorial, I will demonstrate how to install the build essentials for development, as well as RVM and the Ruby on Rails environment. So tune into the switch over to that video for more. Thank you very much. Again, I'm Frank Rietta with AtlantaRubyDeveloper.com, and this is the demonstration on setting up Ubuntu for Rails development. Thank you.